episode of To Hell and Back. Now, you guys already know how we roll. I'm wearing one of FS Emporium's jumpsuit. Unfortunately, I don't think that I actually have a full picture in this, but her pieces are always so beautiful, always so gorgeous. So please do go and check out on Instagram, which obviously I will leave the link of that in the description box down below. I also want to say a huge shout out to Maano Media, because they're the ones that are responsible for the whole production. And the other thing again is that Maano Media is going to be there on the 16th of December for our second masterclass. You guys know the poster came out yesterday. I'm sure I'm gonna put it here so that you guys can just get to know and get the details. You can take the numbers and send a WhatsApp message if you've got any inquiries or you want to pay. You can send a WhatsApp message and my PA will basically take care of you. Okay, the link to Maano Media is also going to be in the description box down below. Now today, ninjas, is the first episode where we're going to be talking to our guest that is going to remain anonymous. So we're going to call her Caroline. And of course, I'm going to have to make sure that I alter her voice a little bit, just so that, of course, she remains anonymous. And I'm also not going to ask about any background, because we're going to try and keep the personal information as minimal as possible. So guys, please do help welcome Caroline. How are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Owamie. Thanks for having me.
Welcome, Caroline. Now, of course, that's not her real name, but I'm going to be calling you Caroline today.
It's fine.
Yeah. Man. So you actually sent me a message on TikTok,
yes.
And then you were saying that, hey, Owamie, I saw a video of Jabu. I believe we were scammed by the same guy. And I was like, okay, send in a picture. Let me see if it's the guy, because I do have the guy that scammed Jabu's picture. And when you sent, it was actually a different person, So I feel like let's just go and dive in. Just go ahead and tell us exactly what happened, how you met this guy and everything. So yeah.
Actually, I met the guy December 2021 on a dating site called mydate.com.
Okay.
We didn't meet in December. We only met in February. Because I went home, and then he was based here.
Okay.
And then we arranged to meet when I come back from home. And then that was in February when we met, early February.
So early February last year?
Early February 2022.
Yeah, which is last year.
Yeah, last
so you met December 2021?
Yes.
And then you met physically February 2022?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
That's fine.
And we met in a public area in Rosebank. We just met briefly. Hi, how are you? Yes, it's me. We've been chatting on phone, on WhatsApp, on emails. And then meeting him after that, we went for a second date. And then also having a second date, which was just lunch, And then he invited me to his place. He told me that he was living in Kibla Park.
Kibla Park, okay.
Yeah, Kibla Park, and he's got a house in Kibla Park. Like, oh, okay. He said, no, I'll invite you to my house for lunch. I said, no, I can do lunch. Firstly, he said, I must come over for a night. I said, no, but I don't know you that well that I can come to you, for overnight. I can do lunch.
Okay, so I'm so sorry to cut you. I'm just trying to understand. What car was he driving?
He was driving. Actually, when we met in Rosebank, I didn't see his car.
Okay.
Because we met in a restaurant, up there.
Yeah.
The second time, his friend dropped him. He said to me, his friend dropped him because he has to go and work. I said, okay, what kind of a job do you do? He said, no, we work for my brother's company, in a printing company. It's based in Johannesburg. We used to be based here in Rosebank, printing pamphlets for restaurants and whatever, but now we are based in Johannesburg.
So he didn't have a car?
No. Apparently, he didn't have a car when I found out later on that he didn't have a car. And when I asked him, you said to me you have a car, and he claimed to have a Mercedes. I said, okay, what happened to your car? He said, no, my ex-girlfriend took it. I said, why would she take your car? She said, no, she organized with her friends. They robbed me in town, and they took my phone. I'm like, okay. is that appropriate? And what did you do? Did you report? He seemed so calm about it, and he just brushed it over.
Because it's something that I'm sure never happened. But then now, also with the breakfast, I mean, with the 2 dates that you had, did he eat?
Yeah, he ate.
He ordered as well.
Yeah, he ordered and ate.
So plus minus, you would say maybe how much did he spend maybe for the 2? He paid, right? This is the one that paid.
He paid because actually he wanted food that is halal. I said, but you said you're a Christian. In what way that you only eat halal? He said, no. He said something funny that makes me also not even dwell into it, And I ate, because we ate a steak. It was at Spur. It was lunch. We went at one of the halal Spur, and then we ate like food. And then he ate. He was okay, relaxed, and had his... I was so surprised that a man likes milkshake so much. He ordered a milkshake.
So much sugar.
Yes, he wanted milkshake. I'm like, wow. Only my child can eat a milkshake, can drink a milkshake so much.
But also, like, with you meeting him, what was your first impression of him? Like the first day you saw him, like physically, what would you say your impression of him was?
I was very surprised that he came to hug me.
Okay.
You're meeting someone for the first time, you only have spoken to them on phones, and then when you see them, you just embrace them with a hug. I was like very shocked.
Okay.
But I said, okay, maybe this is how he is, like cuddling, and then left it like that.
Okay.
But he was not suspicious whatsoever.
Is it? Mm-mm. And the date, did it go well, would you say?
Yeah, it went well because we were talking and sharing our backgrounds. He even told me that he's a traveler. He told me that he's a traveler. He's from Uganda, but he lived in Nairobi. He also lived in Dubai. He also went to to Ghana, but he didn't he was like expressing himself with Nigeria. I said, no, he doesn't like Nigerians or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, that's your personal, perception.
Yeah. Okay. No, okay, that's fine. Okay, so you can go ahead and continue. You had the first date and then you went for the second date.
Second date was at his house.
Okay.
Yeah. And at his house, he ordered pizza.
Okay.
Yeah. We ate pizza and whatever. And he said to me, that is when he told me about his ancestors. I said, oh, ancestors in what way? And I asked him, are you a Sangoma? He said, no, my ancestor speaks. I said, in what way? He said, no, when we go and pray, you will meet them. And at that time I felt like, does this guy live with a snake? And then I couldn't stay there longer. I came back home. The next time we were speaking on the phone, because he would check on me in the morning, lunch,
good morning,
and all that, lovey-dovey thing. And yes, you feel so comfortable with that because, yes, as a person, you miss that attention. And when you receive it, it's very fulfilling,
Yeah.
And I was like so welcoming to that. And the second time he invited me the third time he invited me to his house for a sleepover. I said, no, that's too early for a sleepover.
So that was going to be the third time you guys meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. But then I just also wanted to find out where he was staying. Was it a house? Was it an apartment? It was a house. A standalone house.
A standalone house with a garage locked.
Okay.
Access remote to open it. The gates were all locked with butlers, And I said I asked him, why is the main door, you cannot open it? He said, no, I don't like to open the main door. I open the back door, the kitchen door. And when I exit through the
back.
The garage door.
Oh, the garage.
Yeah. But the place was fully furnished though.
Fully furnished. You will not suspect anything. It's fully furnished. It's got everything. Even the washing machine is there. And apparently that washing machine grew legs because the next time I visited, that washing machine was taken by his sister. I said, how come your sister is coming here to take things from you? What is happening? No, my sister does my laundry. I'm like, why is your sister doing your laundry? You know, there's
there were certain things that he will say, but you know, when things happen, or when someone speaks, and when everything is happening too fast, you really do not pay attention. The time he invited me to his house for a sleepover, I didn't want to go, you know, and he wanted to meet my kids. I said, no, it's still early for me to do that, you know. And by saying that, he postponed. We didn't meet. You know, he didn't even come to me. I didn't go to him. But we will continue our conversation on the phone.
So just for us to get the timeline, so you guys met the first time February.
Yes.
That's when you went for the first date.
Yes.
The second date was still in the month of February.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The second date happened at his house.
Yeah.
And then now,
no, the second date didn't happen at his house. Remember, the third date happened at his house.
Oh, the third date happened at his house.
Yes.
And then now he wanted
the fourth date.
The fourth date for you to come
for a sleepover
and also meet your kids.
Yes.
So at this time, you would say it's still in the month of February.
No, now it's going into March.
It's going into March now.
March.
Okay.
Everything was running very, very quick.
Yeah.
I think he had a time frame.
Yeah.
When I think about it now, you know.
Yeah.
Because when the time that he invited me to his house and I agreed to go to his house, then it's when he took me to this room. This room is closed, you know. It's a closed room. And he said it's a prayer room. When you enter there's white cloth on the wall, and there's a sponge there, lying there, and like a small table, small, like short one, with candles. Okay. And at the corners there are hats, you know, the Lesotho.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those Lesotho.
They're made of grass.
Yes, made of grass. And there were two there at the corner, that corner and the other corner. And I asked, I said, why is it like that? He said, no, this is how we display our prayer room. I said, are you Muslims? He said, no, we're Christian. And there's a Bible, you know, there's a Bible. Okay. I said, let us pray. And we prayed, pray. In his prayer, he was more focused on, God, I thank you for bringing this woman to me. I'm so grateful. I love her so much. I don't want to lose her. God, please protect us, keep us. I want her to be my wife and everything. And then all of a sudden, when we're sitting there, he takes this thing. I don't know what they call it. It's like
yes, the sort of like the thing that you shake and then it makes noise.
Yeah, like that. He shaked it, and then he said, he called, Father, I want to speak to you. I'm like, Father, what are you talking about? Father, I want to speak to you. And immediately when I speak, he keeps me quiet, you know. I'm like, and then the voice of a man, an old man, appeared. And I'm like, what? I jumped. I went to the door. He said, no, don't be frightened. This is my ancestor. I said, no, where is he? You know, I started to question, even the sponge. I felt so uncomfortable to be sitting on that sponge because I felt like maybe there's a snake underneath this.
Of course.
This man appeared, and this voice appeared actually to say, hi, my son, it's me, yes, I heard you. Hi, my daughter. I'm like, who is this now? I said, don't be frightened, I'm his ancestor. And I asked, which part of the ancestor are you? He said, I'm his grandfather. And okay, I kept quiet. He said, yes, my father, this is a woman that I bring to you that I'm happy with. I want to marry her and all that. I'm like, you are so lucky. You can just introduce a girlfriend to your ancestors just like that. And the man agreed. They said, oh, okay, I welcome her. Anything, okay, my child, you are welcome in this house. And understand me, hear me well, that my son is not going to take anything from you. He's not going to ask for anything from me, from you, but I'm here to bless you guys. And it happened that I had to go home. There was something happening at home. I had to go home. And after that night, I went home. I was so surprised. And he told me not to tell anyone. When I arrived at home, I told my daughter, I said, there was something happened there. He speak to ancestors, and there was this voice that came through, and this voice said this and this and this and this and this. And my daughter was like, does that ever happen? I said, I don't know. And he kept on checking on me and said, are you okay? I said, yeah, I was so surprised by your ancestors that they can speak. Oh, you guys are so fortunate. Yeah? Which means everything in your life goes well. He said, no, we consult with our ancestors. I said, even your family does that? He said, yes, even my parents, they do it. I said, oh, okay.
So like this prayer room, you said that it had like white cloth, right?
Yes.
So was there like a space between the wall and the white cloth?
No.
It was just directly on the wall, so you could see that there was no one behind the cloth, ne?
No, yeah, there was nobody. Because yes, you can see a person when they're standing there,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay.
No, there was no one.
Okay. So after you obviously spoke to your daughter, what happened next?
I went home, and then I came back. And when I came back, something that also made me not comfortable is that when I took a bus to go home, when I went home, he kept on saying to me, I was praying for you, and I sent my ancestor to look after you. I was like, yo, I was traveling with an ancestor on the bus. But, I just like, oh, okay, fine, it's okay. Let me just do not focus on it. It was a little bit scary,
Yeah.
But when I came back, this ancestor said to me, he wants to see us. He told him to bring me. And then he told me that my Mkulu wants to see you. I said, okay. And then when I arrived, this man said, I see that you have not had luck with your relationships, your past relationships, and someone has done something to you, a woman has done something to you, and hence you do not have a stable relationship. But I'm going to cleanse you that. And I asked how. He said, I want you to bring eggs, which are exact number of your age. And I want you to go and buy coffee. I don't remember whether it was 1 kilogram or whatever. I said, keep that in your room for 3 days. Pray for 3 days. Keep it in your room. And after a third day, I'm going to ask you to bring it back here.
They wanted to scam you eggs because they know eggs are expensive now. No, I mean, it's not funny. But that's crazy. So you did that, obviously.
So I went and bought those eggs. But what can when someone tells you you have a spell, your things are, you all have all this bad luck, your kids are not going to do well, and whatever. Okay, you cleansing me. Okay, cleanse me. Eggs, okay, fine. I brought it after a third day. And then he asked, his name was Sam. He called himself Samuel Kawisi.
Okay.
So he told him to go and get a bucket, bring the bucket. And when he brought the bucket, it was a clear bucket, and he asked me to open this tin of coffee inside. Honestly, when I opened that, eggs came out of it, the rat came out of it. I jumped and I left that room.
So
honestly, I saw it.
No, let's understand this. So you went and actually bought the coffee yourself
in the shop,
and then you kept it in your house for 3 days.
Yes.
And then when you brought it back, these people did not have any time with it alone.
No.
Like you had just brought it. And then when you actually opened, there were eggs and a rat. These people use muti, guys. Like, I don't know how you can actually explain that.
Honestly, it was sealed. Even if maybe I had given to him, and when he opens it, it was going to be another story. I opened it. It was sealed. I saw it. The eggs, I don't know what happened to the eggs. The eggs were not touched. It's just the coffee.
And I mean, obviously, from now on, looking at all this,
I do not drink coffee. Yeah.
You would believe everything that they say because it's like, oh my gosh, Oh my God.
And he told me that there were 2 eggs that came out and 2 rats came out. And those rats, they're not gray, they're like whitish, very scary. And I jumped, I went out of that room. I left him with that. And then he said he must bring something to cover the bucket so that they won't come out, and must cover it so that I won't see it, not be scared by it. But it kept on moving inside there. I could hear it because when he asked me to come in, I could hear it move. And I was like so scared, I couldn't even come closer to it. And he said, hey, you were lucky. If these 2 eggs have hatched, your kids were going to die. I was like, what? He said it was almost there.
Sure,
Okay.
it's even making my blood just hearing about it. My goodness.
And then after that, it was all about when you bath, you must use salt to cleanse yourself, bath like with the soap, and then after you bath with the soap. I'm like, there was one time when he said, yeah, I must take, after taking a bath, after using the salt, I must take a small cup and put that water and bring it to his room, to the room, to the prayer room.
The water that you used to
Yes.
bath.
You must bring. I think that it's where they've done everything, because that is when they started to ask money after that. Because he said after that, he said, in order for this thing to be killed, I must buy 2 goats, and the head of these 2 goats the goats must be slaughtered, the heads must be put into a bag together with these rats and eggs, and must go and be thrown into a river. To a flowing river. At that time, I didn't have money. I said, how much is a goat? I said, 1,500. I said, I don't have such money.
And you have to get 2.
So
were you supposed to give them the money? They will go and buy the goat.
No, in a way that it was explained, it was me. I must go and get the goat. I'm like, but I don't have money. I don't even know where to go to look for a goat. And Sam suggested that he would go and look for the goat, but I must give him money because this money has to come from me.
Because it's your stuff.
Because it's my stuff, in order for me to lungisa my stuff, And then I called a friend, and the friend gave me money, 1,500 each goat, 3,000 she gave me, and then I gave him the 3,000, and I had to rush to work as well at the same time because at that time I was still working. And then he took the money, he went and did that ritual. He showed me a video with the plastic, he made a video along the river and said, yes, I've done it and I'm through. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know what was there because he just shot a video, so I don't know how true it is. I don't know.
You might find that that's even a very old video of someone else. They take one video and make sure that video they're going to send to everyone. Because if you come to me and how dare you're talking about a goat, where am I going to get a goat here?
Exactly.
So I would rather just give you the 3,000. Okay, go and do this, and they just take the money in their pocket. Wow.
That was the start of taking money. Because the second one, the second part was, okay, I want to bless you, my children, but I want you both to go and resign into wherever you are working. And for me, it just happened before he said that, it just happened that 2 days prior, we were given a notice of retrenchment. I'm like,
this ancestor knows.
And you would believe that he knows because everything that he speaks about is like, and it's like he's watching over you wherever you are,
Did you feel unease?
No.
Okay. You after the whole situation of the coffee and everything, and then you going back, you now felt like you developed a bond almost with the ancestors. Like they care about me, they love me, they want to help me. If not for them, these things wouldn't.
Exactly.
Yeah. So wow. So did you then tell them that, oh, by the way, I got retrenched or something?
They said, okay, you are retrenched. You must go in and resign. He's telling him to go and resign at his printing company, brother's printing company, whatsoever. I said, oh, okay. And you both must bring your packages here. But before you bring it, we're going to bless you. I said, you bless us how? He said, you telling Sam to call his mother in Uganda to send a box. And he said, this ancestor said, if you call your mother and you said she must send a box, she'll be very surprised on how do you know about this box? Because we told her not to tell anybody. But she will understand that it's now your time, your turn to be blessed. And then that took about a week for that box to come. And when that box arrived, we were both called in again. According to Sam, say Mkuli is calling us to come.
So month-wise, this is like still March or maybe April?
Yeah, it's still March.
Okay.
Still March.
Okay.
Okay, March, everything was happening very fast, yeah, very fast.
Yeah.
In a month, like too many things were happening, yeah. And then this box arrived from Rwanda. And I asked, how is the box going to come from Rwanda? I know it's going to be sent via cargo. I said, oh, okay, yes, I know. Yes, because I know. I work with it, so I know. I said, okay, fine, it's fine, it can come. And then when this box arrived, it's in the room. We are called to come in. The box, he's asked to open the box. It's got a key on top. Yeah? He's asked to open it. And when we open it, it's empty. I saw it. It was
so this
empty.
is in the prayer room?
Yes, in the prayer room. The box is like the height of, the
low,
the camera, where the camera is that height,
Yeah.
And there he's asked to open the box. He opens the box and he said, you must look inside. I looked, it's empty. And he said, okay, you kneel. He must carry this box over you, like behind you. He must carry it until it's heavy. Once it's heavy, he can put it down. And then he did that. You're obeying everything that it's been said by this ancestor, believe me. He carried it. It was heavy. He placed it down. When he placed it down, he opened it again, and we saw full of money. I'm like, how can this be happening? Is it really true? He said, if you don't believe me, both of you take 200 rand, 200 rand.
What is this with these 200 rands that it's every... Stingy ancestors. 200 rands from millions that are in the box.
Yes. And apparently he said it was 17 million. He said, take 200 rand, go to the shop, buy anything you want, anything, to see that it's real. And I'm saying, how? 200 rand...
From 17 million?
From 17 million.
Why
don't you give us at least 100,000?
Exactly.
That's what I asked people. No, 200 rand. I'm like, no, you don't take more, because we still have to mix your money with this money so that the bank will not know that you have this money, because otherwise they will be suspicious of where you got this money.
But then now, the moment that obviously you guys open and then there's money in the box, how is Sam's reaction?
He was so over the moon. He was so happy. I'm telling you, he was very happy. He was excited, and even say, I'm crying. I'm looking at him. There's no tears. I'm like, seriously? You didn't know about this? He said, no, I didn't know. I said, you didn't know about this box happened? He said, no. He was very happy.
So whilst he's busy, excited, this and this, what were you doing? Like, are you just still in shock?
I am. I was in shock, and I was like, is it seriously the money? How can a person just fill up a box full of money like that? And that is where, like, most of my belief came to, because I could see, like, things that were done. It was like a miracle happening, and I would believe that this person is watching over me.
Because the first it was the coffee with the reds.
Yes.
The second it was, how did he know you got retrenched? Talking about you guys should go resign.
Yes.
Now there's a box that was empty and now it's full of money, and these are all things you're physically seeing with your naked eyes.
Yes. And he will tell me when I'm upset. He will tell me when maybe I was disappointed of something that Sam did. He was like, oh, my child, I see that you are disappointed. Did he hurt you? What did he do? It was like, you can come and report to this ancestor, and this ancestor would discipline him. But even disciplinary was like not harsh. It was like, I told you not to do this. Don't do it again. You know, those kind of words. And then after that, having that money, we were told to go, I was told to go to the bank to get a loan so that open the account specifically at FNB in Sandton, so that they won't see, because it's a busy bank and it's like rich people live there. So when they put this money in, nobody will notice.
Now, FNB,
he must go and call his uncle and his mother to ask for money, and then he must bring it also.
So how much did they say you should go to the bank to get?
He said I must go and get whatever, the maximum loan that I can get. And I said, oh, but I'm so dirty. I'm not in good books. I don't have. He said, no, go and try. And only one bank that approved me was African Bank, 160,000.
So you took that 160,000 rands loan?
And I was told to put it in a white cloth, to bring it in a white cloth, buy a white cloth, put it inside, and leave it on top of that box because I'm scared to see them. And they will come out. I must leave the room and then they will come out and take it.
So the 160,000 when you got it, that was still in March?
Yes.
So you met him first time February, March. So this is all within a space of a month. Wow, okay. And then when you were giving the 160, how much did he give?
He was waiting for it to come.
Okay.
Ne?
Okay.
He was waiting for it to come from home. Because he was told to ask $300, or he must ask something, I don't remember. But
$300, that's so small.
Something, he must ask $300 from his uncle, he must ask his mother, $500, something like that.
Yeah.
He must bring that.
Okay.
So that it can be mixed. And he must also get his resignation funds, all that. And then something said to me when they asked, how much are you getting from your package and all that? I'm like, why are you asking me about money? But there's something said, okay, don't worry about it. Of course, he has already showed you his money, don't worry about it. But the voice in me had that, why is he asking me about money? And confidently said, oh, they're going to give us the compensation of 200 and my pension fund is 540. So that's what I'm going to, what are you going to do there with that money? I said, no, I think I want to open a salon. I'm going to open a salon and I'm going to have something to generate, and I'll open a fast food. Something to have something, just to generate money while I'm still looking.
Yeah.
I said, oh, okay, don't you think that we should open a printing company? Because I'm an expert in print. We'll buy the printing machine and then we open that.
So the person that is saying this now is Sam, not the ancestor?
Yes, it's Sam.
Okay.
I said, I don't know anything about printing. He said, no, I'll teach you. I said, oh, okay. I think that we can do with the money that we got from the box.
Yeah.
Once we have it. And the ancestor said, when you bring your money and Sam bring his money, we're going to mix it. The process to mix it, it's 3 months. So now you must start counting. April, May, June. In July, you're going to get money.
So they are not talking about the 160 that you already given. No. They are now also yes. But they already got the 160 to mix.
No, they want more. They want, because they said to me, you must bring your money that you're going to get from the company. Sam, you must bring your money. When Sam brought his money, my bringing money has to be brought into a white cloth.
Yeah.
No money that should be brought alone. We both should be present when we're bringing this money. But it happened that Sam, when he brought his money that he got from his mother and his uncle, he brought it alone.
So you never saw Sam take that money there?
I didn't see that.
Sam.
I only saw the 400,000 that he claimed to have received it from work. And this 400 was already on top of the bed. How do I know that he didn't take it from that box?
From the box?
I don't know.
Did you ever have those questions when all this was actually going on?
I asked him. I said, how did you go to the bank and draw money alone? Because you were told we must both go together when you go and get money. One must pray outside, while the other one inside the bank and getting money. And each time I go to the bank to get money, because the company would transfer into my account, they will ask me, why are you withdrawing so much money?
Yeah.
The ancestor told me to say, no, you have a project at home that you are busy with. We are building at home, so they must give you money. And that's what exactly I told them.
So when did your pension your retirement package come?
Started to come in May and June. Yes, it started to come.
So May, how much did you get?
In May, I got 200.
Did you take the whole 200
Yes.
to them? The whole of it?
Yes.
May.
Yes.
So now you had given already 360.
Yes.
And then June?
In June, I took the 500 to them.
So now it's
800.
860.
Yeah, 860. Because each time I would get paid, I get paid on my salary date.
Yeah.
So it would come through. And my debit orders were very smart because they would take on that day off, which that's how I set it. They would deduct my bond, my car, and other insurances that I have, they would deduct. And then after they have taken that, the ancestor said, okay, each month you're going to come here to collect the money of your monthly expense while you're waiting for this money. Because I said, how am I going to survive with the expenses that I have? I have to pay for the car, I pay for my bond, I have to pay for my kids in school, I have to buy food. He said, don't worry about that, you're going to take care of that. But when the month of July came for me to get money, I only got money. He said, no, don't count everything. Just count the food, the car, and the insurance of the car, nothing else. I said, how come? Because I have a bond to pay. He said, no, don't worry, we'll take care of all of that as soon as the amount is mixed.
So
We're
Mara,
gonna pay off
June,
everything.
they were supposed to now have started the process of mixing mousse with the first 160.
Yes, but no, apparently it was waiting for the 500 to come in.
Whilst they had, you know what?
So the mixing, it's a mixing. And he disappeared on the 30th of July. Okay, how he disappeared. The ancestor called us and said, come. And I asked, how now it's at that month, what is happening? He said, no, the amount is already processed, it's already done, almost done. Come back next week Friday. It's like keep on postponing. And then the time that he said you must come, and he said to us, you have to go and get a suitcase out too, so that you can put this money in. Actually, I will load the money in. You must keep this suitcase in your house. Sam must also keep suitcases here. So your money, I'm gonna put it in your suitcase so that it won't be suspicious. Get a locker, yabon. Leave it in your room. Create a prayer room in your house. The money will be there. And he explained then when the ancestors come, there's a little bit of a coldness. So don't be frightened by that. It will be us putting the money there. I'm like, okay. And then he said, Sam will take a vacation. Actually, Sam will go and cleanse in Durban at the beach. He will go and do a prayer for 3 days and then he will come back.
Why are you not supposed to go and do the prayer?
I said, why is he going alone? I want to go. So, no. As a man, he has to go and stand for his house and go and pray. I'm like, okay, I'm going to help him with booking. So, no, don't worry. His brother is going to help.
That's the ancestor saying
Yeah,
that.
the ancestor is saying. I'm like, no, man. Where are you going to stay? Which hotel are you going to be booked on? And he said, Royal Hotel. I said, Royal Hotel? He booked me a room in Royal Hotel, so I will walk and go to the... And then that night when he went, he said he's taking a flight to go down. And then I said, when you come back, how are you going to come back with 10 liters of the seawater? Because he was asked to come back with the 10 liter. So that we also going to use that for cleansing. I said, how are you going to come back? He said, no, I'll catch a bus because 10 liters of water. I said, oh, okay. And when he arrived there, he was like, we spoke.
Video call. So you actually saw him in Durban?
No, it was not a video call.
So it was only via the phone. So you don't even really know if the guy went to Durban or not?
No.
Okay.
He said, no, I have arrived. I'm safe. I'm okay. The room is nice, but I'm going to walk. Mkulu said I must go early morning to the beach. So I'm going to go early morning and pray tomorrow morning. I said, oh, okay. Early morning. Till today, still early morning.
So did you go to the house?
Yes,
after that?
Yes,
How many days after did you go to the house?
Actually, I went with police. I didn't go by myself.
Was it the following day, that day,
No.
or after how many days?
Oh, because I went to open the case on the 24th of August.
From July. Oh, okay, because it disappeared on the 30th of July. So from the 1st to the 24th.
I was like,
so
the first week I closed the door. When I realized that what happened, he's not answering my phone, I started, like something said, what if? But I kept on saying, oh, I know it's not like him. He's going to call me back. Maybe it's a battery, maybe something. And then after 7 days, I came out. I spoke to my daughter, my eldest daughter. I told her what happened. She said, what? And I'm like, I think he has done this. He's nowhere to be found.
So when you were taking the money to the guy, you were no longer telling your daughter, because I think they tell you if you tell anyone, the money will disappear.
Yes.
So when you went with the police, what then happened? What did you find?
I went to open the case on the 24th, and then I asked them to accompany me to check his place, of which he claimed it was his house. The police said, no, we have to go the next morning. I drove, on that same day that I opened the case, I drove by myself. I went to his place, but I didn't enter. I just made a U-turn and I went away. Everything was still intact, like the curtains, everything was there. And then the next morning, the police came with me, and they knocked. There was nothing. They asked the neighbors. The neighbors said, no, those guys moved out certain dates, like a month ago. Yeah, they said a month ago.
So the 30th that he was supposed to be going, I guess that was when they were packing everything up.
Yeah, they were packing everything up. And then they said, no, we have to, they will investigate whatever. Then, okay, fine, leaving them to investigate. I did my own investigation. I spoke to people of different countries. They told me that, okay, certain countries hang around way. And I told them that his interest was more of soccer. So he loved soccer. So he was playing for a soccer, but I don't know the soccer, the name of the club. And someone helped me to find him. I tracked him, and I found him March 28, 2023. I informed the police. The detective and his partner accompanied me to the playground, and they saw him, they spotted him, they went to him, but he ran away from them.
How?
He ran away.
How did he run away from the police that saw a person that is there?
Apparently, the police said they didn't cuff him.
Why would they not cuff him?
They did not. They didn't cuff him because they were talking to him, and he asked not to be cuffed because he doesn't want to make a scene. He would come with them, whatever. So
the police, you mean to tell me that the police are sitting there, you made your own investigation, got this guy, led them, and they saw this guy, and the police did not cuff this guy because they don't want to embarrass a scammer and a criminal.
Yeah.
This is the reason why we're actually saying that our South African police are getting bought. Which police station was this?
Midrand.
Oh man, I mean, you don't have to tell me about Midrand police station. You don't have to. You don't have to. These are the stories that we need to expose. How do you tell me that two police officers, a scammer, that they saw, you were not even supposed to do that job. That's their job, but you did that job, and then they find the guy, and then they lose the guy. How did they run? Why couldn't they run after him?
I sent them the photo. I pointed him. I said, yes, it's him. They went there. They say, I must stay in the car, so that he won't be alarmed. And then they went there. What they spoke with him, because I was far, I was in the car, I don't know. He ran, and the community were like holding them, the two of them. But my question is like, why aren't you using your firearms? Because you have your firearms.
They said the community was holding them as police.
Yes.
Which community? The community of foreigners?
Of foreigners, yeah.
But they have guns.
Yes.
And no one was arrested.
No.
So basically what we're going to do is that we are definitely going to have to write a complaint.
Yes.
This is going to be a public affair. We're going to write it and we're going to post it on Twitter, and we're going to tag Bekele. Maybe he should explain to us why is it that his police officers would fail to arrest a man that has been spotted. That makes no sense to me. That makes zero, like it upsets me down to the core, because the police are supposed to be protecting us, yet that's not them protecting us whatsoever. That's so embarrassing for the SAPS. That's why foreigners are running wild in this country, because they know it's a lawless country. Oh man, I'm so mad. But I mean, I'm so sorry. Okay. It enrages me. You did that job literally.
I did. Actually, I did. And I even told them, I said, actually, you should hire me as a private investigator.
Yes, because clearly they're
I found
failing.
this guy myself. And when I told them in the morning of Sunday, 28th March, I said to them, he's playing soccer. And I know he's there because I already have done my research. I went there a previous day to search if the game was going to take place. I saw the pamphlets. I saw the advertisement of the soccer match and whatever. I said, okay, it's going to happen. And I ensured that I placed someone there who's going to tell me when he's arrived. And he did. And everything, I had everything. And I kept on calling. Come on, guys, please. Early morning, 8 o'clock, I was ready to leave.
And they failed to handcuff him.
No, they said no. A person who plays the soccer, he won't leave the whatever soccer area very early. He's gonna play there because it was around 2 something Tampama, for them to go with me. It was very late.
I am definitely going to take my journalist role very serious, because as much as I didn't go to school for it, but my job, what I've been doing for years. But I think that maybe we should actually also ask the commander there in Midrand.
I wrote to the commander. I wrote to him numerous times via WhatsApp, via email to say, what is happening? What is the progress of my case? Not at once have he ever responded. Instead, someone else will call me. I went there numerous times.
So after they failed to handcuff,
they failed to handcuff
him because they didn't want to cause a scene.
I saw him running away from across the ground, and I'm like, okay, he's gone.
And they can't even shut down that whole soccer place because how is it that South African police are held by foreigners in South Africa because they want to arrest a man, the man run? Okay, I get it. Maybe first of all, the part I don't understand is you didn't handcuff him because you didn't want to create a scene.
Yeah.
In what way or what universe? So the people that we find on the streets being arrested and then the community is around, those are stupid people, right? Those are people that should be embarrassed because they're South Africans. But now because this is a foreigner that basically just scammed almost 900,000 rands, he's too rich to can be embarrassed, I guess, right? So they can't that's the dumbest excuse I've ever had my whole entire life. That's of all the excuses, the dumbest excuse that I've ever had. That makes no sense to me. And then he runs, foreigners hold the police,
exactly.
But nobody's arrested.
No.
We definitely are Popeyes. There's no way.
Then after that, the next day I asked, what is happening? Did you find him? Did you catch him? The society, the leaders of the society came into the scene and they said, no, they want to know what is happening, how they trustworthy these are police because they're not wearing uniforms.
Why were they not wearing uniforms?
I don't know.
That makes no sense. Why are you a police officer on duty, then you're not wearing your uniform?
Maybe the detectives in South Africa are not supposed to wear uniform. I don't know.
Detectives, yes. From what I know, the detectives do not wear uniforms.
There are detectives, as far as I know.
But then if they know a person, this is not a matter of them investigating. You went there, you provided everything that you could, and you ended up saying this is the person that's there. The people that are supposed to go there are the police that actually go there to arrest the guy. The investigation can happen after maybe they've gotten their bail and everything. But that's not how it works from what I know.
Anyway, that's how it went.
So you are saying that ever since then, the police, have they caught this guy?
No.
So the guy is not caught.
No, he's not
after they
caught.
let him go.
Yes.
Because they didn't want to embarrass him by actually cuffing a criminal. So not only do criminals have rights in this country, we should also think of their feelings. To be a criminal in Midrand. It's nice. The police, they are very nice. They feel for you and your feelings after you scammed someone almost $1 million. That's very wild. That's wild to me. That's so disappointing. That's so disappointing. Oh man, that is just so disappointing. But then, for me, what I actually want to find out is that, guys, obviously I'm being very strategic in terms of the questions that I ask because I don't want to compromise her identity, right? Was this the first guy that is not a South African that you were dating?
Yes, it was.
So this was the first guy that is a foreigner that you were dating. How old was he? Or how old did they tell you he was?
He said he was 42.
Did he look 42?
No.
He looked younger than that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he kept on saying that everyone says that I look younger than my age. He had answers for everything.
To show that he's been doing this for a long time. I think that if you're someone that is out there and you're watching this, this should be a sign to you guys when I tell you that these guys are actually a syndicate. If you watched Jabu's story, which if you have not watched, please go watch it. I'll make sure that I link that video. These are two completely different people because I saw the pictures. You guys got scammed by two different people. But the way that the story was so similar, you thought that the guy that scammed you was the guy that scammed Jabu. Yet it is not. The storyline is exactly the same. Yes, there are certain different things that will obviously change or added, but the core basic of the whole story is basically the same way that Jabu got scammed. So these guys cannot sit and they don't know each other and they just come up with this brilliant idea by themselves. These guys are a syndicate, guys. They go to a place where they sit down, they discuss how they're going to scam women, which is why the moment we see a new scam coming up, we need to immediately expose it so that not as many women are going to get scammed.
More information that I've shared with the police was I have found out that there's a church which one of the guy that he kept on saying is my brother. He said his brother was Josh. One of those guys, because I saw the picture, on the phone when he made a video call somewhere one of the days. I saw this guy speaking to him over the video call, and I asked, "Who is this?" He said, "It's my brother Josh." And that Josh, he's the one who organized this soccer match for them, and he goes to one of the churches in town in Johannesburg. And I gave the police this information. I googled the church. They contacted the pastor, and the pastor said, "No, come, let us talk." And the pastor was informed, "We don't want Josh. Josh knows Sam. We want Sam." According to the information that the detective will share with me. And Josh was more into cooperate with the police and give them the information about Sam. But as the time goes on, Josh went to Uganda. He went back home. He's no longer available. I'm like, okay, then when he goes, then the case is closed. Why don't you go to the church? Why don't you? Because apparently he plays a guitar into that church. So my story was like, okay, I'm not going to go anywhere with this case. The police are not really into helping me. So if I catch him, I will catch him in other ways.
How has this changed your life?
It has changed me so much that I'm not so trusting people anymore. I used to be like, I'm a person who loves traveling. I'm an international traveler. I will mingle with anyone. I will have start a conversation with anyone. But now I have taken a step back.
So just so that at least maybe we can know what was on your shoulders, how much is your bond?
My bond, it's 800,000.
So how much is the monthly repayments to your bond?
8,200 and something a month.
And your car?
My car was 250,000. Okay. So my car I paid 5,000, actually 4,300 every month.
And also, obviously, you had other responsibilities.
Yes.
And for the loan, how much are you paying back every month?
5,000.
And now, are you employed now?
No, I'm not.
Because you got retrenched, obviously, and the money
I'm
went
not
to them.
employed yet. Yeah, I'm not. And yes, I'm living on day-to-day things. Yes, you're getting your UIF, and then you get finished the end of it after a year, and then now I just do the basics to make an ends meet. I can't afford to pay anything. I rent out my house, and luckily my daughter, she got us a apartment, so we're renting that apartment. So, and I have tenants who are paying the bond, but the car, I can't afford it. Every day I'm like thinking, oh my God, how am I going to make it? I don't know. But with God's grace, I am making it every day. I don't know how, don't ask me how, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Where I scrabble everything.
I do want to just say that I'm really proud of the fact that at least, you came out and you spoke. And for me, even though you are not comfortable to share your face yet, it is a lot because your story is actually helping someone. The same way that I don't put the scammer's face on my channel, I also don't have a problem if someone wants to come and they do not want to share their face. It's not a problem as long as we get the story out there. And I think that to every woman that is out there and has been scammed, especially with this ancestral way, I do hope that you can actually sit down and see that you are not the problem. It is not your fault. And you were not scammed by just one man. You were scammed by a whole group of men. You had no chance, especially because you didn't have the knowledge. And that's why I'm saying that the knowledge is the one that is going to save us. The knowledge is the one that is going to help us. And hopefully, because we're going to be exposing these stories almost every single day, the police can now start taking people's cases, especially those of women that have been scammed serious, because they will get exposed. I hope that this will actually help in that way, because the way that they did you so wrong, it's just so disappointing. At this point, like, I don't know, maybe you should look at, can you be able to sue the police station? If you can be able to, then that's how you can actually get your money. So if you are a lawyer out there, guys, and you are willing to can help, please do contact us, and let's see how we can actually go about this, because this is just absolutely unacceptable. You cannot risk your life going out there and doing the police job to get a guy, and then you show them that is the guy, this is the picture, this is the guy, and they go then they come back and tell you that, oh, he ran away, we were unable to cuff him because we didn't want to embarrass him or cause a scene. Who cares about causing a scene when someone has literally just ruined your life by stealing from you all your money?
Everything. He stole everything, actually. Like I was only left with 65 rand in my account.
Emotionally, how has this impacted you?
I'll say at that time, I can't even describe it. But now I think I'm at the healing process. But it's just that it's one day at a time. And even today you can see I'm not even crying about it. I will share a tear each and every time I speak about it. But I'm not showing my face. It's not that I'm embarrassed. It's just that I think I have a lot that I still want to accomplish. The time will come where I will show my face and I would give all the details about me, because I believe that we should be fighting this kind of criminals together as women, and not just women only, as a nation, because we cannot be allowing and opening arms to our fellow, we call them fellow brothers and sisters, while they come here to destroy us. We even open our doors to them to give them job, to look after our kids in our home, leave them with our homes. But you'll find that they are planning something so evil against us. It's not right.
1,000%. So the guy that scammed Jabu is also from Uganda. This guy is also from Uganda, and they are all scamming through the way of ancestors. So you need to be very careful. And the other thing again is that they lie and they claim they're from like neighboring countries from there. Oh man, I really honestly I'm really just so sorry that you had to go through that. But I'm happy to see that you're strong. Like, guys, I can see her face obviously, and you just seem at peace, which that really honestly makes me feel a bit better. But this obviously happened year before.
Yeah.
Oh, actually last year. You got scammed last year, July. So basically the last year. Yeah. So it's a year now. I do hope that you will definitely get justice, and wow, I don't even know what to say, because this really just does break my heart, especially when it comes to the justice system.
Yeah,
because people take advantage. Actually, I would say these foreigners that are scamming, they take advantage of us because they know that we have no protection. The law is not for us. So then where do we go? You can't take the law into your own hands. If you had gone then do something to him, they were going to arrest you. They were not going to care or think of, we don't want to embarrass you by cuffing you. But when you actually say to the police, here is the guy, they actually go on to not do what is supposed to be done. I am really just so sorry that you went through this, but hopefully we will be able to get some help.
Yeah.
As I said, we're going to have a complaint that is going to go on Twitter, and we have to tag Begitele, and I'm also going to have to tag you if obviously, well, obviously I can't tag you because you're anonymous, but we will have to also tag the police, the Midrand police station. Yeah, so that we can actually find out what is actually going on. How does this make sense? And guys, please do support us. Go to Twitter and follow boldlyowamie, so that the moment that I actually tweet, you retweet and you actually mention Begitele and Midrand police station. They need to tell us exactly what happened. How did this criminal get away from them whilst he was there? You understand? Because this is a guy that actually has almost 900,000 in cash. In cash. And he didn't just scam you, which means that he's also scamming others, and he's having money. So these guys, literally, they have a lot of money at their disposal. So how do you then fight someone that is that rich whilst you don't have, because they took from you? And when you go to the police and say, please help me, this is the treatment that you actually get. This does not make sense, and it's absolutely disgusting to me. But anyway, I am really grateful that you actually came. Hopefully something better will come. Please just tell me what skill or what kind of a job are you looking for, so that if there's someone out there that can be able to help, then they'll be able to help.
That will be revealing. Why?
Okay. Oh, that would be okay. Okay. So then, how do we help you? I'm sure
I will tell you.
You will tell me when the time is right.
Yeah. Privately,
okay.
I will. Okay. After the show.
Oh, is it?
Definitely.
Okay.
Because I am still job hunting.
Yeah.
So, and I know.
But in which field? Just to say which field, not the
airline industry.
Airline industry. So if you work in the airline industry and you know there's an opening, we do have a ninja here that can actually, maybe you can send something through and we see if it's something that applies with you. Then you can be able to apply and actually get help.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm really grateful that you came. I can't even hold your hand because we don't even want your hand on camera. So thank you so much for actually coming in. Guys, from Owamie, I love you guys so much. If you're listening to this story, is this not like a copy and paste of Jabu's story? The whole syndicate, guys, is operating. So y'all better stay woke and y'all better be careful out there. No ancestor speaks. The ancestors are all dead. There's no ancestor that speaks out here, okay? Anyway, I love you, ninjas. Stay blessed, and I will see you guys in my next upload. And if there were questions that maybe you guys had and I failed to ask, remember it's because I'm trying my best to not say or ask anything that is going to actually reveal her identity. But from Owamie, I love you guys. Stay blessed, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye, ninjas.